Hey guys, Coach Ash here, and today I'm going to talk about what to do if you don't know where to start in your fitness journey. So, if you're interested in that, stick around to the end. Basically, a lot of people come to me when they don't know where to start. I've been a personal trainer for over 6 years, and I've helped people online, I've helped people in person, and a lot of the times people will have the excuse of, I just have to start, or I don't know where to start. And the answer is super obvious most times. They just need structure. They need some sort of program to get started on. But even then, there will still be excuses for not executing the program. So I'll give you an example. There's this one person that I sat down with. It was a consultation. And I was just assessing her form, giving her tips, talking about nutrition. And it was going well up until it was time to pitch the program. So a lot of what she gave me was, I need to think about it, or now's not the right time, or I need to wait until the kids go back to school, I need to wait until I get a new job, or I need to wait until I move. So many excuses that delay the process of you getting back into shape and feeling more confident about yourself, feeling healthy, having more energy, having less pain. A lot of people come up with these excuses because they're not ready. But the fact of the matter is, you're never going to be ready. You're never going to feel like you have 100% control and you're going to put in 100% effort. It comes in bits and pieces because when you first start out, you're going to start out with what you can do. And that's what I emphasize to all of my clients. I don't put them on a 5-day-a-week program and expect them to be perfect with it from the get-go. That's just setting them up for failure, and it's going to degrade their confidence and their self-esteem even more when they can't stick to it. So I typically start my clients out with 2 to 3 days a week, and we'll start with maybe some light weightlifting and some aerobic exercise. That can take a person really far if they haven't worked out in a while, or maybe they've just been out of routine. And it's really underrated how far 30 minutes of walking can do 3 times a week. It kind of takes me back to another story where my friend's mom was just asking me for advice on what to do to lose her belly fat and lose some weight. And I just told her, just start walking. Walk with whatever time you have. If you can do 10 minutes a day, put on your shoes and walk for 10 minutes a day and then come back in. If you start there, you build it into a habit, a routine, and then you start doing 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30, an hour. Eventually, she got up to that 30-minute or 60-minute mark with walking, and she told me she lost 50 pounds in 6 months just from walking. It was insane. Or maybe it was 30. I don't remember if it was 30 or 50 pounds, but she lost a significant amount of weight from just starting the habit of walking 2 to 3 times a week for 10 minutes. And a lot of people don't understand that when you start walking, your brain starts to think, all right, I am somebody that works out now. And because you're slowly shifting your identity into somebody that's working out, you're not going to eat the same things that you normally eat because now it's out of alignment with your identity. If you are becoming somebody that's more active, your brain is not going to think, all right, let me just fill up my stomach with junk food. No, you're going to start to eat healthier options. You're going to be more conscious of the foods that you're eating because you want to make sure that everything falls in line with how you perceive yourself. And when it comes to building habits, I highly recommend everyone read Atomic Habits. That's such a great book on how to remove bad habits and how to build better habits. And I just told her one of the concepts from Atomic Habits to help her get into that flow of walking every day. I even told her, even if you feel like you're absolutely lazy and you don't have faith that you're going to be able to do 10 minutes without huffing and puffing, put on your shoes, walk outside. If you don't feel like walking, walk back inside. But eventually you're going to build up that habit of when you walk outside, you might walk for 5 minutes, then 10, then 15, then 20. Like I said, it just compounds over itself all the time. And a lot of people overestimate what they can do in a month, but underestimate what they can do in a year. And it took her 6 months to lose those 30 pounds. I think it was 30 pounds. And it all just came from walking, doing aerobic exercise, which the United States recommendation for exercise is 5 times a week for 30 minutes of moderate exercise. Most people aren't even getting half of that, to be quite honest with you. So to be able to just start slowly and incrementally is going to make a huge difference, because now you're separating yourself from what your old habits used to be. It all starts with small habits. Like, you can turn an action into a habit. You no longer have to consciously think about it and put your willpower into it. A lot of the times when people are starting a workout routine, they have to use a lot of energy and willpower to make sure that they're not doing the wrong thing, or feel like there's eyes on them, there's a spotlight effect. It's patience. You got to be patient with showing up over and over again to make this routine into a habit in which you just do it without even thinking about it. Another hack that I had to use when I was in college is I was always bouncing from place to place. Everything was like within a 5-mile radius of each other. So I knew that if I just had the habit of keeping gym clothes in my bag and having like towel and water ready at all times, like, going to be able to work out more consistently, even though I had a busy work schedule. And a lot of clients, I tell them to do that too. Go straight to the gym after you're done with work. And they'll be like, well, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to go to the gym after 10, 12 hours of work. I just want to go home and rest and sleep and eat. And that's why you're not in the position that you want to be. If you're willing to put 10 to 12 hours into somebody else's dream, somebody else's business, but you can't even put 1 hour into yourself, you're not having the right mindset. You can't put 30 minutes to an hour into yourself after investing 10 to 12 hours for another person, for your health, because you're the one that lives in your body for the rest of your life. And if your body breaks down, you can't work anyways. If your body breaks down, now you're forced to slow down and you can't do those 10 and 12-hour days. And now you have all this pain that's with you, and that pain could have been prevented had you just worked out beforehand. Start with weightlifting, you start with cardio, you make sure you keep your heart healthy, you have muscle mass. It's small things. And if you can be faithful with the small things, you can be trusted with a lot more. That's how our brain works. If our body notices a pattern of going to the gym more often, and it's like, wow, like, this is actually part of our routine, like, this isn't going away. Now our brain is going to rewire. Now our brain is going to shift into, all right, how can I keep up this newfound image or identity that I have, right? How can I keep up with this? And it just starts with small habits. You have to keep up with the little things. That attention to detail is key when it comes to building up your fitness journey. You have to be prepared. You have to bring your gym clothes. You have to bring water. You have to... Headphones makes you feel more comfortable in the gym. Bring your headphones. Don't forget it. We want to make this habit as easy as possible so that it becomes rewarding over time and you actually enjoy going to the gym. So back to the story about the woman that I was pitching to, and I told her, you're going to have all these excuses. The time is going to pass anyways. 5 years are going to go by whether you exercise or don't exercise. Now, in those 5 years, do you want to be healthier, fitter, more confident? Or do you want to be even more out of shape, in more pain, and you are pretty much a hermit because you don't go out with your friends anymore because you don't like taking pictures with your friends? And you don't like the way that you look in your outfits? You choose. Either you have the healthier, happier, more confident version of you, or you have a worse version of you before you even started your fitness journey. And that's just not to shame anyone. That's just the truth. You are in a position where you're not in the physical shape that you desire. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's no in between. You never stay the same. You're not going to stay at the same weight because as you get older, your body's metabolism goes down at a small rate. I believe it's 1% every year that you get older. So imagine 10 years go by, your metabolism is 10% slower. That's going to add up some pounds of fat if you're not proactive with your workout routine. And what are some ways that you can increase your metabolism? 1, you could build more muscle. 2, you could burn more calories. 3, you eat in a calorie deficit. Those are the ways in which you can add more protein to your diet. I'm pretty sure you've heard these things time and time again because it's been regurgitated by every fitness influencer on the internet, but it's true. And the simple way to start is to just start moving. Just start some form of exercise. Get some guidance, get a trainer if you need to, because that's going to help you with getting results a little bit faster than if you were doing it on your own. If some of you are interested, you can book a call down with me below and I can give you a strategy on what we would do to help you in your situation. But you can't let excuses stop you from living your life and living a healthy, happy life if you want to get in better physical shape. It all starts with small steps, getting good and consistent at that first. And don't look at what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is going to be doing what works for them. But if you try to copy some of these influencers that are doing exercises that look cool, but they're really not that effective, you want to make sure you do something that works for you, and that might look different. A lot of my clients are clients that have had injuries, whether it's back pain, knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, all the pains. And when you're doing these type of exercises, you have to work around these issues. You're not going to be able to do a regular bench press, or you're not going to be able to do a regular squat. You may have to make some modifications. But that's the beauty in working with a coach, is doing exercises that are meant for your body and that's not fighting against it and causing you more pain and grief. And also making the process more enjoyable, because who wants to have a painful workout? Who wants to be in crippling pain 2-3 days after their workout? That's not going to make the process of fitness something that you look forward to. So if you guys need some help with that, if you have some injuries that maybe you want to work on, or you want to get in the best shape of your life in 2025, just book a call down with me below and I'll see what we can do. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.